We are about 11 and a half minutes away from the start of this contest. We know you're all kind of queuing up and getting into the YouTube stream of Edina High School hockey right here on the mnhockey.tv. Along with Bart Archer, I'm Pete Wagner. It's going to be the Edina Hornets and the Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights. The Red Knights coming off a 5-4 win on Tuesday against the Hopkins Royals, one in which they had to work hard to get there, trailing 3-1. They bounced back and came up with a big win there. We're going to see Carter Limesand in goal for the Red Knights of Benilde St. Margaret's. The sophomore is 1-0 on the season. Last year he was 11-9-2 with a 2.72 goals against average and an .891 save percentage. Very solid as a freshman last year for this Red Knight team. Nate Schweitzer is headed off to Colorado College. He's a junior and one of the captains on this team. He has 27 points in 51 games from the back line. Starting up front for the Red Knights will be the second line of Charlie Bischel, Charlie Warner, and Jonah Mortensen. Their top line features a junior named Blake Messenberg, and according to head coach Ken Pauley, he is the indeed real deal. Jackson Bisson will be on the right wing along with Adam Marshall, another solid player on the left wing, a freshman, a very young Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights team as they invade Braemar Arena. And Hornets, meanwhile, I mean, they've got themselves one heck of a roster here. Of course, goaltender Loudon Hogg is 1-0-1 on the season with a 1.85 goals against average and a .905 save percentage. He'll get the nod in goal, be backed up by Jack Wolf tonight. But then you've got the likes of Jake Boltman, who's a University of Minnesota Golden Gopher commit, along with Nick Williams, another solid defenseman. They have some size on the back line with Drew Bishop. And then don't forget about the players up front. You've got Nevers, you've got Jungles, you've got a newcomer to the lineup, a guy to watch out for, and one that I've been hearing lots of positive things about. Had a great start to the weekend. Kevin Delaney with 4 goals in their first 2 games has been rock solid. They've got size in Brett Chorsky up front, size on the back line with Drew Bishop, and a team that is really, really good. We'll have that face-off coming up for you in about 9 minutes. good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we're going to go for real right now, along with Bart Archer. I'm Pete Wagner, and the band is definitely kicked in. I'm going to turn them down off the ice mic a little bit so I can hear you, Bart Archer. When I walked in here, the first thing I did is I said, ooh, the band, and I counted how many drums were here, and there were 100.
I think you're being a little conservative on that estimate, Pete.
You do.
A little bit. But they came with enthusiasm. I think it adds a certain ambience to the
event. Makes this building so special, and a nice crowd is kind of assembling here tonight, and that's it's telltale to Edina hockey. And right here on the mnhockey.tv, this is a season-long worth of high school hockey. We got the girls and boys for Braemar Arena. Every home game will be coming into your living rooms. Make sure you bookmark this channel. And it's presented by Tradition Companies. You can check them out at traditionco.com, and Gemini Athletic Wear, as well as the exercise coach in Eden Prairie.
He's done wonders.
There will be more. That's right. Yours truly shaved 62 off the waistline alone. Well, maybe not, but 62, and it's been a good run there. But let's get into this hockey game, Bart.
Yes, sir.
We saw the Red Knights play against the Hopkins Royals. You bring that team up, and this is a team just a few years ago that was a 23-win team, and people remember them most for the shellacking they took at the hands of the Hornets, 20-0. And they look at the score, and they see that the Red Knights could only get past them 5-4. A much improved Hopkins team. It was the Red Knights' first game, Bart, and there are a lot of stick infractions, trips and hooks, and you don't want to say lazy penalties, but maybe first game type penalties, and I'm sure the coaching staff's going to want to shore up tonight.
Yeah, in fact, they put the Royals on the power play, I believe, six times, and they killed off 4 of them. But as it stands, yeah, I think those are just a consequence of just getting out of the gate and knocking a little rust off and getting used to the speed. As you said, Pete, the Royals played 2 contests before, so they were pretty much in their rhythm. But I was very impressed with the way that the Royals played. I think positionally they played very, very well. I think they moved up and down the rink as a group, and I think that was missing last year. So I think that whatever the coaching staff has done to that Hopkins Royal team, they look to be focused. They're playing good positioning, and I thought their spacing was actually pretty good, but they put 4 in, and that's what I think their greatest challenge was, not just defending in their own zone, but actually finishing some plays, and they did that last game against Benilde. So Hopkins has to feel pretty good about the way that they the way that they showed at the rec center. But I think if you're Coach Ken Paul, you have to be pretty pleased with the way your Red Knights showed up. I think that they had some trying moments. They worked through some adversity, but ultimately came out on top with a big goal in the third period. So, all good things for the Red Knights, but they have a huge test tonight, obviously, against the Hornets in a hostile environment.
Well, and the Hornets come off a 1-0-1 start to the season. They opened up with a 5-1 win over the Holy Family Catholic Fire at the Cable 12 Turkey Trot in Wayzata. And then it was a shootout loss, but goes in the books as a tie with the Maple Grove Crimson. But the Hornets really controlled play in that one, and it's been well documented. There were 3 players in their lineup that weren't in the lineup for the first couple of games. They're back tonight. We'll see how they're used.
Sure.
A couple of players that stood out is you had Kevin Delaney's 4 goals leading the way for this Edina team, and he's a heck of a story and a heck of a hockey player.
Well, and he's gonna get a test tonight. One thing Benilde can do is they can scoot up and down. So, but Delaney was finishing the plays. I think Edina needs a little bit more diversity as far as their scoring. But as long as they're putting the puck in the net, Edina's playing a good brand. But from what I understand, I didn't get a chance to witness the Maple Grove game. But this Maple Grove team might be a representative of their section going into the state tournament. This is a pretty good squad.
I think they're the big favorite in the Section 5 AA, no question. Edina Hornets now take to the ice in their white uniforms with green and gold trim. It's going to be interesting for Loudon Hogg. It'll be his first game here as Edina Hornets. And, I think the thing you have to keep in mind is playing at Braemar Arena is so helpful to next level games because of the crowd, because of the environment. When you come from out of state, it's a little bit of an adjustment. I can promise you it wasn't even a very big crowd at the Pick Plymouth Ice Center. But these are games that really prepare you for those section playoffs and the state tournament, playing in an arena like this.
Absolutely. Well, I think he can only get better. But if you look at big skates that he had to fill. Garrett Mackay was 19-2 with a 1.80 or 90 goals against with a .912 save percentage. And if you look at the current Loudon Hog right now, 1.85 and a 9.05 save percentage. So a nice transition on that. But again, he's going to be tested tonight with these Red Knight forwards. They come at you from a lot of different angles. But this Edina defensive squad is probably the strength on this team. So it should be really an interesting contest.
So Carson Limesand, I mentioned him, Bart, at the pregame while we were having the ice done, is going to be your starter in goal, and he's a good one.
Well, he really is. He made a lot of good saves, a lot of traffic in front of him, and he was able to track the puck in traffic. Gave up, I think, maybe one or two that he would like to have back, but again, that's first game jitters.
James Callahan will join Nate Schweitzer on the blue line.
It's a good duo.
And then once again, we mentioned Charlie Bischel, Charlie Warnert, and Jonah Mortensen will be your forwards up front for the Red Knights. You know, they've got a style of play. They like to get after it, Bart. They're not shy, and they like to come in waves. And you know, they like to stretch the rink from the back line to the forward to the forwards. And a guy like Schweitzer can flat out move it and shoot it.
Yeah, in fact, having him with Callahan's a nice duo, but they just make you play all three zones.
Jake Boltman will start on the blue line along with Mason Reiners.
It's a formidable duo.
Mason Nevers will be joined up front by Jackson Borst and Kevin Delaney. Of course, we mentioned Loudon Hogg is your starting goaltender for the Edina Hornets. Head coach for the Red Knights is going to be Ken Pauley. In his 3,000th year as a head coach. Just kidding. Like his 26th year as a head coach.
It's been a while. Quarter of a century.
I can see he'll watch this back, and the text is coming out. Kurt Giles, of course, of your Hornets, will pause for your national anthem. All right, folks, here we go. The pleasantries are taken care of. We're going to get a hockey game going for you here, about 24 minutes off the original start time.
That's about business as usual.
We're not at the St. Louis Park Rec Center, are we?
It runs like a clock.
That JV game was something. It was an empty netter for Edina to win by a score of 6-3. Red Knights posted a comeback, got it to 5-3 after trailing 5-1.
And I thought I heard the name DeVoe on the Edina roster. Is that a sibling of the notable John DeVoe?
All right, do you even need to ask?
I suppose I don't, but I wanted to make sure. I tend to speculate a little too often.
Johnny DeVoe would be junior.
Okay.
No, yeah, absolutely. Okay. And Mike, of course, DeVoe, a part of the Edina hockey program as well, was the president of the EHA. John DeVoe, of course, on the board, and our true warrior.
Boy, was he a good player.
During the tournament weekends, and he was on the ice as well.
Oh, was he really? I should pay more attention, right? But he was quite a player back in his time. Probably still is. Well, we're getting ready to square it off. Here we go.
And we're underway now as it's going to be the Red Knights to hold and play it back up high through the center ice area. That bounces the stick of Bischel as he'll fight that one off. It's sent back in deep by Mortensen. To the corner it goes. It's Boltman on the body there. And now it's going to be Nevers. Can't get it as the Red Knights' Bischel works it from the corner. Taken away now by the Hornets. Nevers can't contain. Pace is kind of quick here. they're being forced to move quicker. Delaney across the line, opens up with the puck to the corner. Nice move there. There's a pass back on the back door. They score! No goal! No goal. Delayed penalty.
Yeah, that might have been Boris doing a goaltender interference, but Edina, answering back. Benilde Margaret came out with a lot of energy, put some pressure on, but Edina came back. It was Delaney that cut along the left circle, but it is Boris going to the box, so an early power play for this Red Knight squad.
It was Reiners that pumped that one home. It was a terrific play by Delaney. They got a name for it. Actually, call it the circus clown. The Ulf Down, where you put the two heels together for your old schoolers. You can go either way with it. He made a nice move around the defense. They're going to keep the forwards out with the Hornets with a snapper wide of the mark. Big Karam off the end boards. That one gets away from the stick of Jackson Bisson. Back up to the line it goes now. It's going to be handled by the Red Knights. That's Messenberg in the corner. Bisson, Messenberg up to the line. He goes with it. Played over by Schweitzer. There's a shot that hits someone on the way, and that might have been Reiners. Off the boards it goes, and out of play.
Well, again, even though this Benilde Margaret team is on the power play, Edina's been known to get a shorty once in a while, and if the people that tuned into the Hopkins Royal Benilde Margaret game, there were 3 shorthanded goals, so you still have to mind your defensive responsibilities, but pretty good zone time by Benilde Margaret, but Edina doing a good job of contending once it gets in tight to the goaltender, so a pretty good penalty kill so far. Just 1:34 left in the penalty to Boris.
Face-off win now by the Red Knights as they play this one to the right side. Up high, the shot in on goal. Hogg the save. That came off the Schweitzer bid. Poked by Jungles. Taken away and in command there now by Messenberg, and the Hornets will find an opening and send it the length of the ice. Schweitzer will regroup back in his own zone. Here come the Red Knights. And now it's turned back up ice. It's Malmquist, breakaway time for Jungles. Here he comes, in on goal to the backhand. Bothered from behind by Schweitzer. Hornet fans looking for the penalty. They're not going to get it, but wow, Jungles was off to the races there. Look at this one on replay, Bart. There he goes.
Yeah, and he's got some speed, so you have to give it to Schweitzer for tracking him down. Pick the perfect spot to interrupt that stride, and then just gently caress him down to the ice. Edina fans, Edina faithful calling for a penalty, but I thought he played that actually pretty doggone well. But that's what we're talking about, shorthanded. You have the Jungles, you have the Liam Malmquist up front. You have to pay particular attention to your defensive responsibilities as well. Fine example of that face-off now to Lanchan's left.
Face-off win, Hornets. That one misses the mark. 51 to go on the power play as back in behind the net it goes. There's a quick shallow angle shot by Delaney. He's a sniper, already lighting it up in his early going here of his career as a varsity player for the Hornets. He's a senior, a couple years on the JV roster. Now it's Bischel with it. Doesn't like what he has. He's going to be forced back into his own zone as he looks up ice. Has to get away from his own man. Right wing outlet to Adam Marshall. He'll play this one in. Off the boards from a long distance there. Reiners the length of the ice. 19 to go in the power play. 14:40 in the first period. It's the Red Knights. Break out to the neutral zone for Bischel. He'll take that feed from Sarsland. And then it's going to be picked up by Boltman as he's going to play that one in deep. Back they go now with Marshall in his own zone out of the right corner. Marshall outlets to the right wing side for Bischel as the Hornets are at full strength. Boltman gets a stick on that to the corner, but it's going to be Barr with it, protects from the corner. Barr wants to bump it off the boards. Over to make the play is Worst, and now it's going to be played to the back of the net in favor of Boltman. To the left wing side he goes for Kavanaugh. Ooh, and a big check by Boltman. Back behind the net, Worst, the centerman jammed on the play. To the right wing side they go. Down goes Rugemeyer, and now it's going to be picked up by the Red Knights in on goal. That would have sailed over as that was Barr with the bid.
Well, Edina doing a pretty good job of hanging on, a very trying situation, but Benilde Margaret's kind of taking the body to him and separating. They're getting numbers down low, but really a nice job by Barr to gain the zone, went around and showed some poise by holding the puck and not just sending it into a troubled area, but good pressure by Benilde, but Edina dodges a bullet on that sequence. 5 on 5.
The boards for Delaney. Nevers tries to play this to the corner. It's going to be Gay with good size back in behind the net. One touch in on goal, and it's Sarsland with the save. Let's take a look at that one on replay, Bart Archer.
Yeah, Edina did a bit of an overload. They had the numbers going in, got the puck down low in the goal line, and then they went to work. They put two guys on the puck, and it was Delaney, as you can see in the top part of the screen. He's going to get that puck in one time, but it was a nice job of getting back to the area, squaring up to the shooter by Limesand, keeping that puck out of the net. Face off now to his right. 13:37 left in the first period.
That's what goal scorers do, Bart Archer.
Oh,
he scored!
Boy, that snuck in.
That's a snipe. 1-0 Edina.
And I think that was Jackson Morris, the sophomore forward, just off the faceoff. That's where possession comes into play. But you see, Edina kind of poised and wins the draw. It's just Morris from the top of the circle, just turned and fired. I think he caught Limesand by surprise. That went 5-0 and just had eyes.
That was almost an excuse me shot there, Bart.
It
You
almost
saw
was.
there were two Red Knights players on him, so he tried to find some room.
Well,
you'd almost think he was going to give it to the D-man, then he just let it go.
Well, he had the straight legs to it. He had the flat feet. He had to either give it to the defenseman or take the shot. He made the right decision.
You were right, though, as a goaltender. You see the straight legs and the flat feet. You don't think it's coming your way, and it took it by surprise.
Got to keep that stick on the ice.
Few young goaltenders at home.
There you go. Listen for you youngsters.
13:20 to go in period number one. The Hornets lead 1-0 across the line. Here they come with Jungles as that works its way through the slot area. Good to see our good friend Mike Hayes is in the house here at Braemar Arena. Now
So
Jungles on it. He'll be checked on the play. Marshall comes away with it. He's watched closely there by the Hornets. Grant Morton. Here they come. There's a shot. Hogg, the save, gets the right pillow down on that bid that came in from Messenberg. Now Jungles to the right wing side. Hornets, Morton across the line. They're going to change. They're going to get most of their forwards changed. They got one out there. It's Jungles off the bench. There's a quick chance. A shot and a save by Limesand. Back in behind the net it goes. Shallow angle. That one misses the mark. Malmquist is there as he's bothered on the play. Big check throw in there. Wrist shot misses the mark. Big carom now. It's going to be Jungles. Jungles jammed on the play. Off a pair of skates. Back in behind the net it goes. It's Bischel. He'll outlet to the right wing side for Mortensen. He'll carry this one through center. Flings it into the far corner. It's Bishop. Regroups. Outlets to the right wing side. Shoemaker. Ahead now for Chorsky. The big fella across the line. Taken away by the Red Knights. Back up at center ice. It's going to be shoveled back into the zone by the Hornets, and that was Shoemaker with that one. Now the Red Knights. Right wing side they go. Off the glass. In deep it goes behind the net. Warner's there with a purpose, but a nice job defensively off the boards by Reiners. Now it's going to be played up high. Boltman picks that one off. It's going to be Bischel playing this one back in behind the net. Mortensen is there in front. Oh, he hit the post. Oh, a big bid there by Charlie Warner. Delayed penalty coming up on the Hornets. It'll be the second power play of the evening for the Red Knights with 11.5 to go in the first period.
Yeah, it's going to be a holding penalty, and I think it's going to be to Boltman. I'm not sure about that, but he took one of the Red Knights, and I believe it was Bischel, into the boards pretty hard, held on to him in continuation through that, earned him a penalty. So now it's Benilde St. Margaret's back on the power play, but boy, they had a golden opportunity against Hogg. That one kissed off the post. They're going to get some more opportunities, but Hogg's going to have to come up big on this PK.
Bart, I think you would have classified that as a sidewalk slam.
Yeah, it's only illegal after the count of 5, right?
That's right. Back behind the net they go, up to the line, off the boards. Messenberg, side of the goal. Bassan picked off, and back up ice goes Nevers. Uh-oh, here comes Delaney. He can snipe in on goal. He's bothered. Penalty coming up. He has flat-out wheels, Bart Archer. The kid can go.
Well, plus he's got a lot of confidence in the defenders back there. I mean, when you get a guy like Gorlicki back there, Nick Williams, he can stretch the zone a little bit. He got behind the defenders, and they hit him with a pretty good pass. He went in with speed, but again, they tracked him down pretty well, interrupted his stride, but he drew the penalty on that one. We're at 4-on-4. Both teams have great speed, so I don't know who really has the advantage, but Edina seems to have a little bit more focus going to the net, and that's going to be very important in this game.
So 4-on-4, open ice, Bart Archer.
Indeed, for 141.
There you go, 5:49 on the hook. Back it across the line, it's Schweitzer. The defenseman caught deep, and the Hornets will transition. Gorlicki headed off to the University of Wisconsin, going to be wearing the color of his opponent. That one's poked off. Malmquist stick maintains possession. Left wing pass. Williams Pass was deflected away by a sliding Red Knight player. In front it goes. Sprawling was Limesand. That gets away from Vorlicki. No ice on the play. It's going to be Williams with it. Up for Vorlicki. Rink wide he goes. It's going to be Malmquist in stride. It's Jungles across the line, off wing. Ooh, nifty little play there through the wickets. He's jammed on the play by Gay. And now it's going to be the Hornets up high to the line. Vorlicki reaches for it, lifts it over to the left side. Williams, rink wide, gathered in. Vorlicki now. There's a shot that's blocked. It's going to be 4-on-4 for another 33. Power play time for the Hornets will be all abbreviated big time. Gay a shot, Hogg to save the rebound back in behind the net. Now it's going to be Foley with it. Seamus Foley, rink wide, Hornets shot. Oh, they had a man, Gay, in front, looking for the deflection. Now it's Malmquist with the feed from Vorlicki, 1-on-2. He'll wrist her right into the pads there of Limesad. Good positional save by the Red Knight goaltender. 8 to go in the man advantage. 9:38 to go in the period. Hornets lead 1-0.
Well, player of focus in the white jersey is number 7. His name is Liam Malmquist, senior forward for this Edina team. He's going to be a very important player moving forward offensively for this Edina team. I think so far in the first 2 games, he had 12 shots on goal, has a couple tonight, a little bit snake-bitten once he gets that first one, but it's when he stopped getting the chances is when you start to worry. But he came very inspired tonight, that's for sure.
Hello to John Sands, who's watching on from home, says the broadcast looking good.
We always appreciate Johnny.
Now it's going to be Delaney across the line. He'll get that up to the line. That one by Bishop. They score! Oh, the pass up the end wall. Bishop. And then I believe that was Nevers who took the rebound and buries that one for the 2-0 Hornet lead.
Well, I thought when Edina came into the zone, you can see the guy down low. I thought he was going to sneak a pass down on the right side, but he opted to go over, and it was a shot, as you said, by Bishop, and caromed off the lively end wall here, just right out to Nevers, and Nevers at a shallow angle put that puck in uncontested. Now it's 2-0 Edina. Old St. Margaret's is going to have to defend a little bit better in their own zone.
Puck played back into the corner now. It's going to be Malmquist with it. 9:08 to go in period number 1, and 2-0 Edina. Oh, that one misses the mark. That's officially listed as a power play goal. Oh, nice save by Limesand as he throws the right pillow. Gunnar Johnson will throw that one back into the zone. It's going to be Foley back in behind for the Red Knights. Outlets to the right wing side, up at center. Johnson again, a rolling puck in wide of the mark. Foley will take it over. Seamus Foley with it. Now it's going to be handled by Callahan. Bishop, the big bomb, misses the mark. And the carom to Foley as he tries to protect this one to the corner. Boy, they're under siege here since the Hornets took that 2-0 lead. Oh, penalty coming up. Back behind the play for a cross-check. Bart Archer. Take a look at that one on replay.
Yeah, in fact, that Seamus Foley got a little more aggressive than he really needed to be at that point. He plays with a lot of emotion, but you got to keep some semblance of discipline. He just gave him a chop to the back, and it was Malmquist that went down. He looks no worse for the wear. But Foley, a big piece of this defensive core for this Red Knight squad in the penalty box. That doesn't help his team a whole bunch. I'm sure he'd love to have that one back, but he done it now on the power play. After getting a power play goal last time, they get a great opportunity right here. I think Limesand's going to have to be their most valuable penalty killer in this sequence.
That one misses the mark. Real good tempo from the Hornets here to start this game as they have the Red Knights back on their heels a bit. And now it's going to be handled again by the Red Knights along the wall. That was cleared to center. Boltman was there to win that battle. Nevers winds it up straight down the middle. Tries to lay it over to the right wing side. The Red Knights come away with it. And they'll walk this one through the very young Red Knight team. That was Adam Marshall and a penalty coming up. Another one. This kind of plagued them against the Royals, Bart Archer.
Yeah, they're going. Coach Pauley's going to have to clean this up a little bit. It's all effort, but it was just going to be a slash on that one. But it was good effort by the Red Knights. But when you start checking with your stick, things can happen. But not only does it put them behind the 8 ball, but it really kind of messes with the continuity of the lines as well. It's hard to kind of get a rhythm going when you keep running to the box. But now it's 5-on-3. A lot of room out there for the Hornet skaters.
So Marshall goes for a slash. It's going to be 109 now of 5-on-3. It's Vorlicki to the right wing side. Looking to find a handle is Callahan. The Hornets control and look back up. Jungles, one-timer, missed the mark there with Williams, and that one's up and out of play. Now, if you're the Red Knights and you can get one kill, then you can focus on the second. That's some positive things that you can move forward to.
Well, and if they can get through this, it's gonna lift their bench a little bit. But what the Hornets are trying to do is just go side to side, trying to get the lime sand to go a little bit east-west, open up the pads, and they're having some success. But a couple errant shots are going wide, but they're getting their chances.
Hello to my good friend Bill Dahl. He's watching on in a hotel in Duluth with AJ up with the Edina Bantam AA roster. What do they call it, the Spirit of Duluth or something, Bart?
I'm not 100% sure.
It's a tournament. It's as good as it gets. Now it's going to be Jungles with it, so hello to you, Bill. AJ, hello to you. Go to bed. Back in behind the net it goes.
It's got to be 7:45 right now.
Yeah. Schweitzer is there. Got to get rested up for the big tilt.
Yeah.
Vorlicki behind the net. Of course, he's probably there with our good friend Pete Henches and Joey, or Nick Henches. Is he in the house there up in Duluth? Or are they going tomorrow?
Just 4 seconds left.
Oh, we had that discussion. Puck is played back and turned back up by Vorlicki.
They got through one challenge now they got another one for 42 seconds.
Vorlicki cuts to the forehand. That's the one, Bart, we talked about. Then if you can get the two, and maybe you can infuse some life into this Red Knight edition. Boltman plays to the left wing side, gets it back. Now over to the right. They look to the middle. Nice stick there as that deflects that one away. And it's going to be sent right back in by the Red Knights. That was Seamus Foley on the play. Boltman now. He's going to wait for his man to come to the near side, Reiners, and get him on stride. Wanted to take that off the forehand. Instead, it goes off the toe of the stick. Jammed in the wall there is Sarsland, the freshman defenseman. There's a redirect. Oh, nice focus by Limesand, and that's going to end the penalty for Adam Marshall. So now they're at full strength. It's 5-on-5, 5:39 to go. Hornets lead 2-zip.
Well, normally if you don't score on a 5-on-3, you tend to sag on the bench a little bit, but Edina doesn't look like they're sagging at all. But it's got to lift the spirits a little bit of the Red Knights because they got through a pretty significant challenge. They just have to play a little bit more disciplined. It's the little details that are going to make the difference in this game.
We're back to live action now as it's the Red Knights to the left wing side. In front of the bench area it goes. Boltman bothered on the play by Gay. Boltman tried to swing this free as Gay comes away with it. He looks up to the line. That's held in by the Red Knights. That hits a man on the way in. I believe that was Barr. And the big carom taken up the right wing by Rugemar. That one sent back in behind the net. Check thrown from the far side by Kavanaugh. Rugemar is there, hits his man heavily. Big turnover, the carom up to the line for Reiners. Back in behind it goes. Worst plays the body on his man. Pinching down is Boltman. Played with hand. Oh, a big hit thrown there. Was that Colby, Bart Archer?
Yes, indeed it was. He did leave his skates just a little bit, so you might want to pay particular attention to that. Keep your skates on the ice. It was a good, clean check, though.
Colby plays it in deep. The Red Knights will work it back out of the zone. To the right wing on the feed. Looking to submarine that one was Bassan, former Edina product. Up to the slot area for Edina. That's Bishop. As he's going to lug this one up. Toes the rubber as well for the baseball squad. Can you imagine just the downward plane coming at you? There's Colby, nifty little move there. And now it's going to be the Red Knights back up out of the zone. Chorsky comes over. Finesses over to Colby. I'll only say that once a game. That's just a tip of the cap, by the way, Bart Archer. Finesses.
Nice play by Jakic on that one to drive him to the outside.
Wide of the mark it goes. It's going to be Bassan playing that one back into the corner. Up to the near side. Bishop tried to pinch. Pickpocketed on the play was Shoemaker. And it's going to be the Red Knights. Callahan with it. And looking to play this one is Messenberg. Nice little play there. Ooh, gets away from one man. Watched by Johnson. Tries to submarine it. Plays it to the slot. Bishop to safety back in behind the net. Content to play a punt up the middle, if you will. And the coverage very good. Jungles, Malmquist shot. Oh, that one hits Limestone. Big carom. Here come the Red Knights. They love this. They're going to open it up. Back up through center ice they go. Across the line. Puck's rolling up high. Jungles makes the play, but it's poked away from him with 3:03 to go in period number 1. Off the boards, Vorlicki to the right wing side. Bumped on the play was Morton, turned over. Look out. Now it's on the stick of Bischel. Cycles back into the near corner as it's the Red Knights looking to possess. Jungles, nice job to win the battle there, but Bischel gets inside on him. Mortensen battles as well. Now it's Malmquist ahead to Jungles, back to Malmquist. Malmquist calmly ahead again to Jungles. Jungles tries to get away from his man, staying on the puck. Good strength and balance in his game. They look to the slot area on the feed, nobody home, and it's going to be Vorlicki to regroup in his own zone. Ahead to the left wing side, Malmquist with an angle, in on goal, holding, shooting. Scores! Short side! And it's 3-0 Edina.
Well, we talked about Malmquist before, getting plenty of opportunities. He buries that one, and it boosts the lead to 3-0 Edina. Benilde has 2 minutes and 19 seconds left in this first period to kind of get it reestablished, so to speak, but Edina just seems to be overwhelming them with speed and numbers into their own zone. Defense are always playing catch-up for the Red Knights, but Edina just came very motivated, very focused, and they brought their speed. But Malmquist's first goal of the year on about his 14th or 15th shot, so once he gets on, look out, this Edina team's going to be tough to corral.
That was really a well-played shot. He didn't have much to go to there on the short side. He showed a sniper's capability there as he found it.
Well, that's where he went on the previous shot. He just missed it by a little bit. He decided to go back to the well, and he got paid some handsome dividends on that one.
Boltman plays it rink wide for Reiners. It's off the stick of Kavanaugh. In deep it goes. Yakish is there. Hornets at the line, picked up by Bischel, or is that Schweitzer rather, as he backpedals and plays it ahead for Bassan. Now on the stick of Messenberg. He missed the mark there. From the left wing side, it's going to be Callahan. Messenberg, high slot, wide of the mark. Red Knights late in the period here with a surge. Bassan looks to find his man in Messenberg. Back from the corner, Reiners is there. And turning this one to the right wing side, it's going to be Nevers. He has a man crossing with him to the right side, and Borst back for Nevers. Up high they go for Delaney, and there's a penalty coming up. Another one from the Red Knights. They got inside on that one. They're going to go interference, Bart.
Well, I think he's going to go with the hook, but I think that might have been a pick your own poison. I think that might have been a call that he didn't need to necessarily make, but Red Knights showed pretty good effort down low. Barr had a pretty good opportunity, pretty good speed, but then Edina, as they always do, they come back and put a great heat on and put you in positions where you have to take penalties in that respect. But Edina is just very difficult to contain for the Red Knights right now. But 56.8, the benefit to having the penalty when they did, if there is a benefit, is they can put the ones out to close out the period, and they can start the next period with their ones as well, assuming Edina doesn't tally in the power play.
Bart Archer, I know it's not 20 years ago, but I mean that 20 years ago was a great play. Jungles.
The game has changed, hasn't it?
Delaney, it has. And you used to have to fight through some stuff back in the day.
Yep.
Vorlicki with it. Jungles. Cross the line. Bothered on the play and sent back up ice. Mortensen finds the opening. Hogwell gifted ahead for Williams. Long pass at the line for Nevers. As he looks ahead of Delaney, he's bumped as he shoots. That by Callahan. And they go to the low slot. Delaney, he just gets to the shooting areas. Very smart, heady player. Ooh.
Well, it was a nice pass by Nevers to feather it through some traffic to get it to him.
They'll pin up off the boards. Nevers brought down. Ooh, they could have called the penalty there, but they let that one go.
I saw a twitch of his arm, but he decided to let that one go. But really a good period for the Hornets. I thought they had good spring in their step. They seemed to be a half a stride ahead of the Red Knights. The Red Knights came out with some fire, but Edina just started to play their game. Red Knights are only a couple good shots out of this, but they start with 1:04 at a man disadvantage to start the second period, so they haven't made their task any easier. But if you're Coach Kurt Giles, you have to feel pretty good about the way your team played in front of their home fans. But Kurt Giles, if you're Ken Pauley, The effort was noble. The physical game was there. They just have to get in better spots and have better positioning moving forward. But they have to support their goaltender just a little bit better, which they're certainly capable of doing. Should be a good second period, though.
It will be a good second period, as always here from Braemar Arena. We'll take a timeout. Continuing coverage presented by Tradition Companies. Check them out at traditionco.com, as well as Gemini Athletic Wear at GeminiAthleticWear.com. And then check out the exercise coach in Eden Prairie. You can find him on Facebook, exercise coach / Eden Prairie. We'll be back with more right after this.
Companies is your one-stop shop for all your home and financing needs. From construction, land development, new home builders, mortgages, banking, and wealth management services, the Tradition family of companies has the solution for you. Visit traditionco.com. That's traditionco.com.
Like you didn't have time to work out? Do you have a hard time believing you could really get in shape, lose weight, or stick with exercise? As a busy person, does it all just sound too complicated? We've worked with thousands of people who've had those same concerns. People who have a real desire to take care of their bodies, but have trouble moving from intentions to real results. Based on 20 years of development and cutting-edge science, we have created a breakthrough and totally data-driven exercise program that can fit into anyone's schedule. It's all about quality over quantity. In just 20 minutes twice a week with one of our certified coaches, you can finally enjoy strength and experience success. Most traditional workouts fail to deliver the results people desire because they aren't designed with individuals in mind. Our Smart 20 workout measures your unique makeup, and our trainers are there to make sure you get a workout that's designed perfectly for you. Never before has there been a combination of strength and conditioning put together in such a safe and efficient manner that's totally accessible to everyone regardless of their current fitness level. Thousands of people have seen the results and shared their stories, but don't just take our word for it. Don't take the word of our thousands of success stories. Come in and try it for yourself. We believe so passionately in how we can help you that we are
Griffith, the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Robert Thomas Homes. Carol, thanks for joining us between periods here today.
Yes, thank you very much.
So let's start from the very beginning. You know, we've all heard of Robert Thomas Homes, but really, who is Robert Thomas Homes?
Well, Robert Thomas Homes is a locally owned semi-custom home builder. We're based in Lakeville and as a part of the Tradition Corporation. We build homes from the $400,000 to up to $1 million in communities throughout the Twin City metro area. Many of our communities that we're building in right now, Spirit of Branch and Farm in Lakeville, the Harvest in Chaska, Village Preserve Lake Elmo, St. Michael, Creekside Hills in Plymouth, and 21 Oaks in Woodbury.
Well, our viewers can obviously see the incredible drone footage of your Lakeville properties that Robert Thomas Homes have put together. That is an absolute gorgeous. That's got to be a crown jewel of some of the things you've done.
Yes, I expect this is the Spirit of Branch and Farm, and Spirit of Branch and Farm is a very, very special community. We've been the top-selling community in the Twin Cities for the past 3 years. And there's a wide variety of architectural designs and homes that we offer in addition to miles of parks, a phenomenal community center, and pools. There's just so many great things that neighborhood has to offer.
So let's talk about your target market then. Who do you find is your typical target market for your homes?
We really build in, I'd say, 4 varied collections is what we offer. One collection that's been very popular right now is our cottage or villa collection. It's a single level of association maintained design, and they have a tendency to appeal to that empty nester. Those homes are priced probably from the $400 to about $450 or $550. We build those in Lakeville, as well as we'll have Enclave in Plymouth opening very soon. Another collection that's been popular is our cottage or village collection, which is fun 2 stories, 1,900 to 3,000 square feet. They seem to be appealing to that first-time buyer. They're priced in the 3s to 5s. We have 2 more, a heritage collection, which is a 2-story, more of a move-up product line, ranging again from 2,600 to 3,400 square feet, and those are priced in the 400 to upper 5s. We offer that product line basically throughout the Twin Cities. And then the Tradition Collection is our larger semi-custom homes that range from anywhere from 2,800 to 6,000 square feet. You'll find features like indoor sport courts, really deluxe baths, bonus rooms, some really nice features. And those homes start in the 500s and build over $1 million.
So the building industry had a big awards gala last month, and you came home with quite a few trophies. It was a successful run. Can you talk on that a little bit?
Sure. It was a record for us.
Wow.
And, from what we understand at the Builders Association of the Twin Cities, the Builders Association of the Twin Cities offers the Reggie Award, which is similar to maybe the movie Oscars. And Robert Thomas was fortunate to win 6 Reggie Awards out of 16 categories. So that was quite a big night for us and a lot of fun.
And then finally, what advice would you give to people who are looking to build a home right now?
Right now, it's an outstanding time to buy. Interest rates are incredibly low, and I think people are surprised when they find out how affordable homes can be. First, I usually tell people, do your research online. Do some research so you can find out what builders are in the areas that you're searching for. Get pre-qualified. We at Robert Thomas work with Tradition Mortgage. Tradition Mortgage offers a really great program for our customers and makes it very seamless. Then definitely visit the builders' communities and model homes. One thing Robert Thomas...
Hockey continues right here on mnhockey.tv, along with Chad Schumacher. He's the owner of Tradition Wealth Management. I'm Pete Wagner, between periods.
That are focused on bringing the neighborhood together. So you'll see community centers and exercise rooms, party rooms, green spaces, parks, just really hockey rinks. You'll see all these really great spaces for people to spend time.
Sounds. Sorry about that. Keep going.
Oh no, that's okay. I was going to say, and understand what the builder will include, what's included, and you want to make sure that many of those features are sustainable, that they'll last. Work with a company you trust, ask for references, and then enjoy the process that you're designing, so make sure that you enjoy it.
Can I ask you a quick question on the sustainable comment you made? How do you know what is sustainable or not as far as something that would last? What do you look for in that?
What we look for is a good product, for example, is the exterior siding of a home. In Minnesota, that's a very important aspect, so we use a product by the name of LP SmartSide. LP SmartSide is a Minnesota-made company, but it has a long warranty. In addition, we have a paint on the exterior that's factory finished, so our homeowners don't need to paint the home for at least 20 years or more. So for us, it's something that withstands hail, and so it's something that we don't want people to put, all of this investment into a home and then have to make changes or update it, shortly after moving in. So these are products that they know that they won't have to touch for hopefully 10 years or more.
So that's really incredible advice from Carol Griffith, who's the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Robert Thomas Homes, part of Tradition Companies. Really wonderful outreach that your whole company has done for this tournament and youth sports across the metro area. Thank you for telling us a little bit more about Robert Thomas Homes, and hopefully people will start picking up the phone and calling. You can also be visited at robertthomashomes.com. Anything else you want to add for contact information, Carol?
No, I think visit our website and we'll take it from there.
Sounds good. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you.
Hockey.tv, along with Chad Schumacher. He's the owner of Tradition Wealth Management. I'm Pete Wagner, between periods. And Chad, I always enjoy these chats because you've got one heck of a juggernaut working here at Tradition Wealth Management. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Let's talk a little bit about who is Tradition Wealth Management, what you guys do, and give me a little bit of a history lesson on how all this started for you.
Great, thanks, Pete. Yeah, we've been around since 2003. One of my best friends who was in the business, Jake Annebeck, they own Tradition Companies. We played against each other. We were in high school. They were looking to branch out and get another avenue company going, and we got together, and Tradition Wealth Management's been here since 2003.
It's amazing. You guys locked horns in high school, and you still are, aren't you? With the little Lakeville South, Lakeville North action.
Correct, yeah. There is only one part of Lakeville, though, right?
Sorry. I was say who's winning the battle. I guess I don't need to go there.
Yeah,
so as far as your office is concerned, is there future growth? I mean, how many employees do you have, and where are you guys located?
Yeah, right now we have offices here in Edina, Woodbury, downtown St. Paul, and we recently opened up North Oaks, and Wayzata will be opening up in February. So we have 20 people now. We're probably going to go to 25 to maybe 30 over the next 5 years.
Look at you going to Wayzata Street, as I like to call it. Yeah. Wow, very impressive. The cash center of the West Metro. What makes Tradition Wealth Management unique, Chad?
Well, I'd say certainly our people. I mean, I got the best staff. Everybody says that, but we truly, everybody's been here, for almost 20 years. It's, being specialized in there. We really specialize that each different person has their own plan, and everybody goes through a plan. So we try to separate it. We've kind of created a private family office for people that don't need a private family office and take care of all public securities. Most of our clients have been here, 10 plus years, if not, since we've been in the business. So we feel very fortunate. And now we recently opened up our sports management division for some of the athletes that we're working for. And so, we really want to make sure we can help all those people stay on the right path as well.
So as far as the type of personnel that you have here, you touched on that a little bit earlier there. What makes them unique? What do you look for in the people that you bring in here?
Well, obviously they're going to have a passion. We don't want it just to be just a job. People pay us a lot of money to make sure that their money's in good hands, that the service is impeccable, that we do nothing but have a positive attention to their accounts. We realize that we're going to have ups and downs all the time, but as long as we stay consistent, we're going to tend to keep people for a long time at our firm.
Yeah, I think you guys have a unique way of reaching out. One of the things Scott Boyning said from the bank side of things, it's really big time word of mouth. And if you take care of your people, that's what happens. I'm sure that's part of what your strategy too as well is. But what else have you guys done? Can you talk on your network a little bit and how you've built that out?
Yeah, well, over the years, obviously it's a small community. Whether it's hockey or a lot of people know everybody in there. You can have a reputation for 25 years and lose it in one day. So you always got to be on top of your game. We practice what we preach. We're in the community all the time. I'm on the board of Hope Kids, which is a local charity for kids who have life-threatening illnesses. We have Tradition Pass It On. We're always out there trying to help give back.
And by giving back, so many people have benefited from that. And, I know it's from those exercises that not only myself, but others are now aware of your great company.
Yeah, no, it's been very fortunate. We're blessed to have good people not only here at Tradition Wealth Management, but all the other brands that are out there. So, a lot of the networking is just done intercompanies with our clients, and they know that they're going to get top-notch attention. And so, naturally, it's a good fit for them to be introduced to us. And it's been a very blessed place to work.
So you have a lot of growth that's going on. You're obviously opening another office out in Wayzata. How much have you seen your world here grow as far as maybe the past year or so? As obviously things are humming along pretty well. How have you guys been impacted that way?
Yeah, we're having a record year as far as the people that we're working with. There's a lot of volatility in the market. There's a lot of people selling companies. There's a lot of money in motion. So, we have various things that we run into all the time. There's always enough to stay busy. And, we're trying to get to $1 billion here in the next couple of years. So we have a little bit ways to go here in the next couple of years. But with, I think, some of these new places that we're opening up, there's plenty of people that we can help. And I know that a lot of people need the help.
Finally, how do I get a hold of you at Tradition Wealth Management?
You can call our main office line, which is 952-563-6500, and they can get a hold of you. Our website is www.traditionwealth.com, and my individual email address is chads@traditionwealth.com.
I have to say that through personal experience, this is a great organization to work with. It's very personalized. It's worth it. Give it a call. Why not? You're already on the air with us during the hockey games. Make it even better. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Pete. Appreciate it.
Once again, that's Chad Schumacher. He's the owner of Tradition Wealth Management. We'll have more action coming up for you right after this. Securities offered through Pro Equities, Inc., a registered broker-dealer, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Tradition Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Tradition Wealth Management, LLC is independent of Pro Equities, Inc. everybody can hear me. It's so loud in here. I mean, it's just earth-shattering. Let's go through the scoring summary.
Yeah, the band came with some energy. Yeah, at the
goals for Edina.
At the 3:26 mark, it was Bohr scoring his first from Nevers. Then at the 7:42 mark on the power play was Nevers scoring his first goal of the season from Bishop and Reiners. Then at the 14:41 mark, it was Liam Malmquist scoring his first from Borlicki. Shots on goal that period, 22 attempted, 13 found the target for Edina, and 12 attempted, 4 found the target for Benilde St. Margaret's. Edina with a 12-5 advantage in the face-off dot. That's an area of improvement that the Benilde St. Margaret's are going to have to pay particular focus on in the next 2 periods.
Well, and the one thing Edina has done that these teams that have been so good for them over the years is they do such a good job with energy through the neutral zone, Bart. Transition's going to be a problem. It has been tonight. And, you know, they also can shoot the puck. I love how Delaney finds his spots.
Yeah. Well, that's what good players do. They sense where the opening's going to be, and sometimes the puck seems to just find them at the right times, but he's got some line mates that support him pretty well. So that's a very formidable line for Edina moving forward. It's a line, a group of talent that people are going to have to pay attention to moving forward. I just think that the Red Knights, you know, no disrespect to the Hopkins Royals, but this is a very fast Edina team, and I think that the speed of Edina kind of took them, not by surprise, but they just couldn't catch up. They were about a half a stride behind, and Edina found those areas and really put pressure on Limesand. I think Limesand's a good goaltender. He just got a victim of kind of some circumstances in that first period.
Well, and you think about this, the Hornets had a 5-on-3. They've had 4 power plays total in the first period, and you know you can't go to the box, and it was a steady theme against the Hopkins Royals, who made him pay then as well.
Yeah.
So when you're scrapping to stay in a game, you got to stay out of the box.
Well, you just have to have that discipline. Sometimes when you start reaching or taking your hand off the stick, it doesn't bode well moving forward. But the referees have called a pretty legitimate game so far. But Benilde's just got to have a little more discipline. The energy's there, the effort's there. They just got to get some shots on the Edina goaltender Hogg and just create a little havoc in the Edina zone. So far, Edina's had a pretty good zone exit, or pretty easy zone exit so far, and the neutral zone is where Edina can really kind of overpower you a little bit. But Benilde, I look for energy. It's another minute, 3 seconds left on the Benilde St. Margaret penalty, so Edina on the power play to start the second period up by 3.
Be sure to follow us on at MN Hockey TV on Twitter. Register for our alerts and our news and notes that we'll be sending out each and every week on our digest. You can do that at the mnhockey.tv website. Subscribe to the various YouTube channels. We have one for each of the teams we cover. Edina, Eden Prairie, Minnetonka. That's Edina boys and girls. Each have their own. Benilde St. Margaret's Academy of Holy Angels. Here's a pass across the line. Now Nevers holds it. Nice save by Limesand to fight that one off.
Boy, Nevers got a good look. He wanted to go far side, blocker just under the bar, but it was Limesand really kind of came out and challenged him, took away that angle, and corralled that one up in his shoulder area, but again, the puck dropped dead right in front of him, so nice job of controlling what could have been a trying moment for the Red Knights right out of the gate. Just 28 seconds left in the penalty to the Red Knights. Jackson Bisson.
Want to shout out Laurent Dennis, Laurent Rene Dennis. I love watching these games from Nashville, Tennessee.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us in. We really appreciate it, and we'll be here all year long.
What a great town Nashville is.
I know. Home of the Predators, future Stanley Cup champions.
There's so much going on in that town. There's so much fun.
Now Boltman's going to go.
Another stick penalty, and that's going to be a cross check. Got a little aggressive, but that's what happens when Schweitzer can get down low. He can really kind of create some havoc down there. He just skates the doggone well, but Schweitzer looks like he's having some ill effects from that. But it's going to be a great opportunity for the Red Knights to get some looks in the Edina zone and maybe control the puck with some comfort and some space.
So now it's going to be 4-on-4 for 4 seconds. So the quick face-off here, and then we'll get to see the power play employed. The second, check that, the third of the night for the Red Knights.
Yeah, obviously it's early in the second period, but it's really kind of a big moment for this Red Knight team moving forward.
Reiners was watched by Messenberg. Now it's going to be Bishop. Gets it ahead for Nevers. He's going to try to go inside out. Stays on the biscuit. Shot and a save by Limesand. Nice read by the goaltender there. Bassan was there, pokes that away from Delaney. Gets enough of the stick to force the turnover, but Bishop with a big reach pulls that one away from the oncoming Schweitzer. Back to the left side of the net. Limesand swings it up around the left wing side. Now into the neutral zone it goes. It's going to be Bishop with it. as he'll handle it and play this one. Ooh, in the slot, or neutral zone area rather, they stumble and fall. Callahan plays this one. It's going to be handled now by Schweitzer as he plays this to the left wing side. Bisson with it, plays that wide of the mark. Back in behind the net it goes for Reiners, as it'll be Reiners bumped on the play. Back in behind again. Reiners comes away with it, plays the boards. Funny Karam there, 2-on-1, shorthanded. Here come the Hornets. Delaney in stride, snaps, that's out. Good play there. Scores! Oh, Delaney follows up the shot, juggles the rebound. Delaney tucks it home for the 4-0 lead on the shorty.
Yeah, and that's, as you said, Pete, a shorthanded goal, but it was Delaney that took the shot from the right dot. It was Limestead that made the initial save, but then the puck trickled through, and it was Delaney that gathered it on the far side of the goal line, pulled it back out in front of the net, and deposited it into a yawning net. Now it's 4-0. Still 49 seconds left on the penalty to Jake Boltman. So Red Knights still have some time to kind of get back into the contest, but they're making it a little bit more difficult for themselves.
Well, you know, you always say when you're shorthanded, you're 2-on-1, Bart, you want to get that shot on goal, and anything can happen there. But oftentimes we see players peel off, or, you know, they'll do the big rink turn and get out of there, and, you know, Delaney knows what he's doing to foul that.
Well, and Jungles was crashing the net too, so you can tell that they have faith in their defensemen that they can take those kind of chances and get the numbers down low, and that's exactly what happened.
They gave that to Vorlicke.
Oh, okay.
No. Jeez. Craig Roberts, you got that. Delaney, 23, right? The official scorer for the Red Knights, making sure he got that in there.
He doesn't miss much,
the
let me
threes
tell you.
become a 0.
Right.
Back behind the net it goes. Bishop, remember the power play now. It's going to expire for the Red Knights.
And Delaney's 5th goal of the season. Well, it's a tough pace to keep up with.
with it. Oh, I mean, so here you go. I mean, here's a guy who's played 2 years at JV. He's come out. He's showing himself to be a next-level player in my position, Bart Archer, taking advantage of his opportunities. And these are the kind of guys that show up. I mean, and suddenly it's like, where did he come from?
Well, the statement that echoes on that is the opportunity. A lot of times when you have a deep program with a lot of skill and talent, you don't always get the opportunity, but when you get the opportunity, you have to make the most of it. And he's certainly done that so far. And I think that Jackson Bourse is also getting some benefit of getting some opportunity as well. He seems to be quite a player.
Well, Bourse had the much talked about 5 goals in a scrimmage with the Minnetonka Skippers the start of the year on the first Saturday of the season. And a 10-4, 10-5 game here at Braemar Arena where Edina won that one in a shootout. Obviously, they don't do penalties or anything like that, so It's not really a real game. But nonetheless, he showed the scoring touch there for sure.
Probably gave him a little confidence as well.
Absolutely. Schweitzer now jammed on the play. Kavanaugh watches his man. In comes Worst. And they'll run into Worst again. And back out of the zone, Schweitzer. Let's see why he's highly touted. Left wing side for Barr. Barr stood up on the play. Schweitzer stays on it to the slot, holds it, hangs on to it. Oh, he's going for a skate. They tried to play it out front. Scores! Oh, that was absolutely dramatic. And it's 4-1 now. Hornets.
Well, that was just an effort play. It started in the Red Knight zone down low. Edina contesting on the forecheck, but they just chipped their way up, and it was Schweitzer that actually gained the puck and tried to go far side. He had Hogg a little bit vulnerable on that one, but I think it was Cooper Gay that's going to get credit for that goal. We'll have to wait for the official announcement, but finally something positive happening for the Red Knights after all that effort put forward. So hopefully that'll give them some energy, a little mojo, and it'll be interesting to see how Edina reacts.
You know, when you looked at that on the replay, you almost thought that Schweitzer skated himself out of a gorgeous goal there. Instead, he worked his way into a nice feed. So it's Gay from Schweitzer. That's an even strength tally. In on goal it goes, wide of the mark. It's going to be Colby behind. They looked up high for Chorsky. That misses the mark. And checked on the play is Warner. Now Bischel, one-on-one to the slot area. They play this one through. Bischel, goes up high off the netting. The Red Knights coming in waves here now after they cut that deficit to 4-1.
Well, boy, gaining real estate on this Edina team is not an easy thing to do, but Bischel did a nice job of negotiating his way through traffic. Puck seemed to dance on him a little bit, but he got between the hash marks, put a pretty good shot on Hogg, but up and out of play, face off to Hogg's left. 12:20 left in the second period. Edina 4-1 advantage over the Red Knights, but the Red Knights showed some energy.
They got down by 2 the other night at 3-1 and bounced back. and turned the tables. And, you know, when you have a young team, Bart, that can happen. You get a little bit of energy, you start feeling good about yourself. And, you know, I think one of the things you have to learn is energy's good. Got to keep it up as well.
Well, and I think this Red Knight team is going to get better as this year goes on. These young kids are going to develop, get some maturity, get some discipline, and they're going to be a force come sections, I promise you that.
Schweitzer outlets to the right wing side for Bischel. Touch pass by Foley right into the skates of Nevers. Tries to pull away from the sliding Schweitzer. It's going to be Bassan to shovel to center. That one misses the mark on Boltman, and they're going to say yes to the icing call. And back into the Red Knight zone we go with 11:36 to go in the second period. I'd like to remind you that tonight's coverage, your title sponsor, Tradition Companies. You can check them out at traditionco.com. They are absolutely, they got it all covered from home building to mortgages. They have a title company in there, wealth management, do all sorts of great things in the community as well. Capital Bank. Also Gemini Athletic Wear is part of the production as well. Chris Bonvito and his crew, apparel and jerseys at GeminiAthleticWear.com.
Oh boy, it looks like it's going to be penalty, and that's going to be on Jonah Mortensen, and I think it's going to be a roughing penalty, just really not what they needed at that time. But again, it's not a stick penalty, it's a penalty of aggression. I kind of tend to give a little forgiveness to that. He's just out trying to make something happen. Refs flagged him, but Edina getting a great opportunity. 11:28 left in the second period. Edina on the power play up by 3. Challenges in front of Limesand and the Red Knights.
Messenberg will hit the face-off circle with Jungles. They're going to pull Sarsland off and bring on Yakish. Bring in the veteran sophomore. You can say that on this roster.
I think he's a freshman, Pete.
Yakish is a freshman. That's right. So much for that. Nevers look to go back door. One freshman for the other. Well, I saw Terry Moore, whose son TJ was part of that Bessie juggernaut that we remember, and he said, you know, this kind of reminds me of when their kids were freshmen.
Yep. The
team kind of took some bruises along the way, got better, and then, you know, this is
And look at the player that TJ Moore became. I mean, he just really matured into a terrific player.
He was part of the Hobie Baker. He's part of all of the discussions.
Well, you can see the talent when he played, but it's good to see he's getting success.
Playing in Europe right now. Look out in the bench area. Oh, what a grab there by Josh Harding. Still has it.
Protecting Kurt Giles and the boys.
Hello to Scott Jensen watching on. Sweet. Said the broadcast was NHL-like.
Oh.
Better.
Wow. I appreciate that. I hope he's not driving.
You didn't really say that. Oh, by the way, I've been told what to shout out. Say hello to Scott Jensen from Authority Title at EP. If you need title work, he's your guy. That's Doc Jensen. Off the boards now, Chorsky back in behind. Power play for 104. Chorsky spun off the puck. Up, big check by Boltman as he lit up Warner. Back into Edina territory it goes. The Hornets will regroup. Chorsky to the right wing side. Look out, here they come with Schweitzer. Plays that off his stick. Now Delaney goes against the grain and finds his man and Borst. Now cross the line with Boltman up high on Limesand. Nice blocker pad save. Chorsky to the corner, wrapped up on the play. And now it's 2 Red Knights on the near boards. Fished out of there by Delaney. He's dangerous. Delaney shoots. Oh, save and a beauty. Oh my word. Look at this save.
Yeah, in fact, that was Delaney that came out. He walked out to the hash mark and had a really good look on goal. Tried to go against the great glove side, but Limesand snares that one out, holds onto it. But that's a huge save by the Red Knights. 5-1 disadvantage is far greater than a 4-1. But that's what a goaltender can do, is pick you up when you need to. Just 27 seconds left in the Mortensen penalty, but Edina put some heat on, but Limesand rose to the occasion.
Chris Angel checked in and said that he's out at Aldrich Arena and he's watching the Pioneers and the Blades while he has this thing rocking. It's a 1-0 game right now as far as that one's concerned. Pioneers and Blades are up 1-0 over Hilmer. Ooh, stick gets up right into the mush. That's on Malmquist. It's going to be a high stick. So the Hornets get to employ the power play. They get a 5-on-3 off the draw, Bart, for 9 seconds. And that'll be a 5-on-4.
Yeah.
Remaining.
And that's Callahan, too. And James Callahan's one of the primary defenders on this squad, so it's kind of a double bonus for the Edina Hornets. But as you said, 9 seconds is an awful long time when there's only 3 red sweaters on the ice against 5 white ones. But Edina's had great success on the dot, but it's up 2-0. And it's going to be Schweitzer that's going to take the draw, the defenseman. It's a big win right there.
Look out, back into the bench area. Now that was Foley. Foley's a tall drink of water.
Yeah, in fact, he plays a nice physical game. I think he rushed that one a little bit, just up and out of play into the Edina bench, so the faceoff's going to remain in the Benilde zone.
Little subtlety here. There's 2 with the 5-on-3, 2 seconds, so that gives the Hornets some room in the offensive zone. There they have it. There's what I'm talking about right there. Now on the ice steps Mortensen to the corner. It's Malmquist. Plays this one up high. Now it's going to be Malmquist again, top of the right circle. Gives this one back. Williams off the stick of Nevers. Back to the corner it goes. Schweitzer tries to swim his way through there. Back down to the corner. Vorlicke gets it up high. He'll hang on to it, lets it go. That's blocked by Mortensen. Now it's going to be Williams back up for Vorlicke. Snapper, deflected off the stick of Limesand. Nice save. Nevers now for Vorlicke. Chips a shot through. That deflected wide by Jungles. He'll get it now for Williams. Watched on the play by Foley. Jungles up high. They're moving it, and they're moving away from the puck. Nevers with it. That's deflected, and it's going to be cleared the length of the ice by Mortensen. Nice job by the Red Knights to not chase and run. 1:01 to go in the power play.
They kept their position quite well in that one. Good call.
Head to Jungles, left wing side. Nevers. Oh, here comes Malmquist. Couldn't get the backhand home as that was shut down by Limesand. Long pass to the right wing side. And it's going to be sent in by Bischel. Bounding puck. Williams plays that to Vorlicke from the left corner. Nice crisp pass on this tape for Jungles. The left-hand shot has it poked going to his right off his stick by Sarsland. And now look out, here they come across the line with Gay. He's got one, wants to bid for 2, but the very physical and strong Jake Boltman says no. To the near right wing boards it goes. Puck will be chipped back to the left wing side. Malmquist, Nevers sprung on the breakaway, in on goal. Oh, what a save by Limesand. Oh, that was a beauty. 13 to go in the power play.
Well, it was a really nice job of finding him in stride, and it was Nevers that came in all alone. He was contested from behind, but tried to sneak it into the 5-0, spread the pillows out and tuck it in. But Limesand said no on that one. A lot of times what Edina's been doing is they're trying to go under the bar. That one was a little change of pace. So maybe they're trying to shake it up a little bit, but that's a big save by Limesand. Just 13 seconds left in the penalty to Callahan for the Red Knights.
If you like high school hockey, this is the place to go. With Eden Prairie, Minnetonka, Edina boys and girls, Academy of Holy Angels, Red Knights, the St. Louis Park Holiday Classic, the Edina Holiday Classic. We got it all. State tournament action coming up for audio only. You turn them down, you turn us up. Ooh, Hogue makes the save as the puck is played to the corner. By the way, Bart, I was corrected. It's like Benoit Hogue, so you can make a note of that.
Fair enough.
We good?
Yeah.
We're good. On-air production meeting. Sent right up the left wing side. It's
There's
Foley.
always one person, Pete, that I do that to.
I
apologize to the
was
family.
too. I went straight Butcher Fest.
No relation to Benoit.
Now it's Barr. Oh, in front. They were looking for a bid there for Brady Geertsen. Cross the line. Borst with it. Jammed by Warner. Borst says, I'm going to hit you harder. And now back up ice they go with Geertsen, the junior. Checked on the play and sent right back into Red Knight territory with 6:45 to go. They've exchanged goals with Edina here in the second period, 4-1 the score. And now here they come across the line. Mortensen loses the handle. Now it's going to be Worst with it. Tried to play that one ahead. That's deflected off his stick. Worst makes the play. Off the bench, he found his man, Colby. Nice job to gather that in. Plays this back for Vorlicke. Plays that to his partner on the left side. That's Williams back for Vorlicke. Williams had to reach for it. Oops. Now he's going to get it back off the boards too high to the midsection. Little lacrosse pass for Colby, if you will. Left that stick at home. In the neutral zone, it's played off the boards and gathered in by Callahan across the line. Nice positional check there by Williams to wedge him in possession. Hornets. Vorlicke to Williams, gets away from the forecheck. Williams, nice job as he's being watched by Mortensen. Look at Chorsky. Oh, that wasn't a high stick. I mean, it might have been above the ref's head, but not Chorsky's.
Well, I don't think much gets above Chorsky's head. He's a long drink of water out there. But very impressed with the way that Nick Williams, the sophomore defenseman, showed a lot of poise back there. He won some battles. Yeah, in fact, he didn't seem like he got a little nervous. Really even brought it out into the slot area, which isn't what the coaches want. But if you have confidence to make the play and do the right things, you can get away with that stuff. But very formidable backline on this Edina Hornets squad. As I said early, this is really a strength of this team. But you look at the forwards play, boy, this is a pretty strong addition of this Edina Hornets squad.
Oh, Chorsky dangles. Oh, a shot on goal and a save by Limesand, who sprawled to his right. Now it's going to be played back to the left wing side across the line. It's going to be Marshall with it. Doesn't have much as he's bothered by Gunnar Johnson. Plays that one back in behind the net. Off a stick. Now it's being played to the corner by Messenberg. Bumped on the play. That's Johnson. Chorsky comes in to help out. 2-on-2. Nice win by the Red Knights. Schweitzer, nice play there. Gets away from his man. They load it up. Buzzed wide of the mark by Sarsland. From the right wing side, that one gets through everybody. Now to the top of the left point. Again, Sarsland to the corner. Johnson comes over for the Hornets. And back to center ice. Schweitzer from the center red. Plays that back in. Hogue cuts off. It's going to be picked up by Edina. Fanned on by Bishop. Still finds his man to the neutral zone and Shoemaker. And he'll play this one to the corner as Yakish watched him. Gets a little bit of help from Callahan. As it's going to be Callahan bothered by Colby. There's the big reach. Oh, Nevers was straight lit up. Went down and said, what was that? Bischel hits Warner across the line. Snapper, that one wide of the mark. Hogue had the stick there. Bassan had it momentarily, and now it's going to be back out of the zone. Boris left wing side, too far for Delaney. Had to slow up to stay on side. Delaney back in behind the net. Looks to play this one to the slot area. Back in behind, he tucks for Nevers. Nevers in front, that one's deflected. Delaney wanted the high glove. He got nothing but glass.
He didn't miss by much, though.
And a whistle on the play. What do we have, Bart Archer?
I'm looking around. I know there's a glove on the ice, but that shouldn't warrant a stoppage of play necessarily. But it was a good shot. It just seems like the puck just seems to find Delaney, and he skates to the open areas. But he got a really good look on that, tried to go glove side, and as you said, caromed off the glass. But boy, he only missed by an inch or two on that one. But that's what goal scorers do. They're going to challenge. Next one's probably going to be low blocker side, but he's getting his opportunities. I think that's what's important to Coach Kirk Giles.
Big check off the end boards there as it's carried back up ice. Hornets will regroup in their own zone with 3:48 to go. Second period here from Braemar Arena. Touched up fully, nice pass. Ooh, Gay was starting to break in, but I believe either Barr or Geertsen were caught in offside.
Yeah, I think they might have both been just a stride over. If they could have just held up for just a little bit, that might have been a pretty good opportunity for them. But I really like the flow of this game. I think the Red Knights are keeping pace with the Edina Hornets. Edina's still getting their looks, but now it's the Red Knights that are forcing the Edina players to skate backwards, and if you can do that more often than not, you're going to have a pretty good chance for success. Obviously, 3 goals down, they got some work to do.
This game's got a little bit of zest to it.
It's physical on both sides.
It is physical. Morton with a check there. But it's got a playoff feel to it. And there's urgency. And I like that in the early going. Oftentimes it's like, we just kind of get the game going here. But these teams are playing for keeps.
Indeed they are.
This could be a great rivalry.
A lot of pride out there.
Absolutely. Jungles with it. Back into the corner for Malmquist. He has Morton with him back behind. Red Knights will keep them wide. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Borlicki snapper in on goal. Nice glove save made there by Limesand.
Well, I think Gorlicki made a nice decision. He got the puck and didn't take the big windup. Just a good quick shot on goal. It actually found its way through traffic, and Limesand did a good job of tracking that puck, holding on to it. Nary a second chance. He had plenty of support out front. Face-off now to Limesand's left. 2:48 left in the second period. Edina 4-1 advantage.
Good to see the man I call almost the godfather of Edina hockey, Bruce Carlson, in the house.
Oh, wow.
What a good man he is.
The legend lives on.
He's a great man. Back up the other way they go. Here come the Hornets through center ice. Boltman, right wing pass. Nifty job there in front. Oh, that one rolls off the stick of Rugemer. And that's off worse. To the neutral zone it goes.
And I think Bruce was actually a member of the first Edina State Championship.
He was.
And that was the first one that wasn't a northern team, from what I understand.
And he was also a member of the Golden Gophers, I believe. What was their first national championship as well. Wrist shot in on goal. That was by Sarsland.
And the U of M didn't go too far out of their way at that time to recruit Edina players, if I remember correctly. But good save by Hogue on that one. Faceoff's going to be to his left. Just 2:07 left in the second period.
Just a great vibe here at Braemar Arena. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Wrist shot, blocker pad save. The last time Bart and I were here calling a game together, it was the championship game of the Beauty League. How fun was that?
That was fun.
Be sure to check us out next year. It's going to be great with the Beauty. It's like 95 degrees out, boiling, and you're in here. It's great.
Yeah, shorts and a T-shirt, a little bit different, but
better than a movie theater.
It was a lot of fun, actually. Looking forward to that, but I've been looking forward to the start of the high school season for a good long period of time. I'm glad we're underway, and we've already seen some pretty good hockey so far. If this is any indication of the year to come, it's going to be a good year for us, for
good
everybody.
To see Jay Larson is in the house.
Wow, it's a who's who.
They're all here tonight.
They'll come by and say hi to the Wags.
Back across the line. I think it's time for a political change. Maybe I should run.
Please do.
I don't know. Well, I do have a checkered pass, so I'd probably be just fine. In on goal, it's Limesand with it, hangs on to it.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to kind of get a chance to get fresh legs, just 122. You want to make sure that if the faceoff's in your zone, you don't have any tired legs out there. So it was a shot from outside the blue line, an easy shot for him to corral. But I think it was a good decision to hold on. He'll get the fresh legs out there and finish this period very, very strong. I think that's what Coach Pauly wants. If he can chip one in, great, but at least get back to doing what you're doing and being relevant in this game, and they've certainly done that this period.
Shot wide of the mark. Callahan. Now it's reached for Borst. Had a shallow angle through the crease area there. Nevers fights off a check. Now Delaney, quick shot, stick save by Limesand. He's been busy here in the second period, and he's keeping it a close hockey game. Now it's going to be Vorlicki with it. The Red Knights have had surges, though. Now Borst with it. Off the boards. Callahan. Nevers on him. Nifty breakout there for Messenberg. Across the line he goes. Ooh, nice little play across the line. Following that one up was Yakish. Back in behind the net it goes.
Penalty.
Limesand, you know, there's nothing worse than when you're not sure who it's on.
Right. But he did the right thing. I mean, he took a couple steps and then kind of.
Well, then he staggered it, yeah.
But it's going to be a high stick and penalty, and that's going to be on Vorlicki, a prominent member of the Edina defensive corps, is going to spend 2 minutes in the box. 36.8 left in the second period. Boy, if Benil can punch one in and go into the locker room with a little energy, it changes the complexion of this game. They're only 3 good shots away, 3 effective shots away from tying this game up. It's a good place to start right here on the power play.
Face-off controlled by the Red Knights. That's what you need, is possession on the power play. They have 30 to go in the period, as the Hornets will gain possession and send that in. Limesand will hang on to it.
That made you a little nervous, didn't it?
Yeah, I didn't say anything, but it did.
I could feel it.
I've coached so many goalies, and that little area, it gets a little cute with the stick sometimes. It starts bouncing around. I've seen it rattle in, man. It's brutal. That one goes through. You've done this enough with me to hear me go, ooh.
Absolutely.
All right.
Even if it's nonverbal, I hear it.
1:24 to go in the power play. Period number 2 ends. Hornets hold the 4-1 lead. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with more right after this.
Like you didn't have time to work out? Do you have a hard time believing you could really get in shape, lose weight, or stick with exercise? As a busy person, does it all just sound too complicated? We've worked with thousands of people who've had those same concerns. People who have a real desire to take care of their bodies, but have trouble moving from intentions to real results. Based on 20 years of development and cutting-edge science, we have created a breakthrough and totally data-driven exercise program that can fit into anyone's schedule. It's all about quality over quantity. In just 20 minutes twice a week with one of our certified coaches, you can finally enjoy strength and experience success. Most traditional workouts fail to deliver the results people desire because they aren't designed with individuals in mind. Our Smart 20 workout measures your unique makeup, and our trainers are there to make sure you get a workout that's designed perfectly for you. Never before has there been a combination of strength and conditioning put together in such a safe and efficient manner that's totally accessible to everyone regardless of their current fitness level. Thousands of people have seen the results and shared their stories, but don't just take our word for it. Don't take the word of our thousands of success stories. Come in and try it for yourself. We believe so passionately in how we can help you that we are offering you the chance to get a free trial of our Smart 20 training sessions with one of our knowledgeable coaches. There is absolutely no commitment on your end. Plus, we'll answer all of your questions about how to meet your health, weight loss, and fitness objectives. What have you got to lose? Come in for your free Personal Smart 20 sessions. Register for your free sessions by signing up at exercisecoach.com.
Periods on our Minnesota high school hockey coverage, and are pleased to be joined by Tradition Capital Bank's Scott Boyning. Scott's the market president for Tradition Capital Bank. And Scott, you got quite the thing going on here. Can you kind of give us an overview on Tradition Capital Bank? What is it? How many employees, future offices, or what you have for offices and future growth?
Sure. Thanks, Pete. Thanks for the opportunity. Tradition Capital Bank was a de novo bank in July of 2005. Today, 13 years later, we're about $700 million in assets, so a nice-sized bank. Main locations in Edina, Minnesota. We have a full-service bank in North Oaks, and possibly going to the West Metro in 2019.
Oh, really? Can you give us any nibbles of what you're thinking, or
just growing the franchise? We've got a lot of clients and referral partners out in that area, so that way we'll be able to service the entire Twin Cities metro.
Boy, that's fantastic. So you'll have all angles covered there. From your bank, I personally bank with you.
Thank you.
And I love it. It's very efficient, very impressive. The staff is great, and all of the services are fantastic for me from a business perspective. Can you tell us a little bit about what makes your bank unique?
Yeah, we really focus on the relationship banking model, which is really getting to know our clients. So we're more positioned as a private bank, which means a lot of different things to different people, but really what we're focused on is larger relationships, less customers, more service. Kind of the old school way of doing banking. We sit down, meet with an individual, talk about themselves and their business and how we can help them. If it's over a cup of coffee or if it's at the bank or at their business, it's the face-to-face handshake type relationships we have. That I think in this day and age in banking kind of sets you apart with some of the big guys.
The big out-of-the-box chain type banks we've seen. But the other thing is how much has that, do you think, contributed to your future growth out to the West, and also your $750 million in assets, that type of strategy? How much has that played into it?
It's a very important part of our strategy. We're 99% referral based, so great clients like you, telling other people, that's the best way for us to grow. We've been organic growth from day one, hiring good people and taking care of our clients, and that's how we continue to kind of see our growth going forward.
Now, we know the economy has been soaring and the stock markets have been incredible, and it's been, for a lot of people, a good year. How has the year been for Tradition Capital Bank?
It's been another strong year. We've had about organically about $100 million of growth year over year for the last 4 years, and a lot of that is attributed to the overall economy in the Twin Cities and Minnesota market and the real estate market. Obviously, lately rates have gone up a little bit. But we still feel there's a lot of strong growth in the new housing, new construction area going into next year. But we also, we're getting larger as a bank, we're getting more diversified. So seeing businesses grow, need for capital, and with rates going up, we're also paying a little bit more on deposit rates, which correspondingly kind of can help or hurt your margin depending on how you're doing.
In terms of, we kind of touched on a little bit about word of mouth and your relationships and those kinds of things, but what is one of the things that you do to, beyond that, to compete with the larger big name banks that you see the signs everywhere?
Yeah, for us, it's try to make banking simple and quick turnaround. We're locally owned and operated, so we make decisions here locally really quickly. Term sheets usually within 24 hours for a loan. Deposit accounts we can set up very efficiently, very fast. Technology is a game changer. I think that's the great equalizer in banking going forward. So we continue to invest in technology to help make it easier for our clients and their businesses to do business with us.
Now, we do know that technology is part of everything, and there are some tools out there that people employ in every aspect of business. What have you done on the banking side of things to utilize that?
For us, it continues to be, I think, paramount is the security side, and we continue to make investments in security. You're seeing a lot of fraud, cybersecurity, things like that in the news. And then mobile apps, continuing to make our mobile app the best we can to make it easy, taking a picture of your check to make a deposit so you don't have to come in, moving money. We're also researching additional ways for people to be able to move money easier.
Yeah.
You've heard of Zelle and different things like that. I think you're going to continue to see that. Fintech's a big word these days, but More innovations in technology will help banks like us compete with the bigger banks, because if you can combine the relationship plus the technology, that's really tough to beat, I think. So, kind of be a fast follower, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? You don't need to invent the wheel, you just need to modify it.
Exactly.
The Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Robert Thomas Homes. Carol, thanks for joining us between periods here today.
Yes, thank you very much.
So let's start from the very beginning. We've all heard of Robert Thomas Homes, but really, who is Robert Thomas Homes?
Well, Robert Thomas Homes is a locally owned semi-custom home builder. We're based in Lakeville and as a part of the Tradition Corporation. We build homes from the $400,000 to up to $1 million in communities throughout the Twin City metro area. Many of our communities that we're building in right now, Spirit of Branch and Farm in Lakeville, the Harvest in Chaska, Village Preserve Lake Elmo, St. Michael, Creekside Hills in Plymouth, and 21 Oaks in Woodbury.
Well, our viewers can obviously see the incredible drone footage of your Lakeville properties that Robert Thomas Homes have put together. That is an absolute gorgeous. That's got to be a crown jewel of some of the things you've done.
Yes, I expect this is the Spirit of Branch and Farm, and Spirit of Branch and Farm is a very, very special community. We've been the top-selling community in the Twin Cities for the past 3 years, and there's a wide variety of architectural designs and homes that we offer in addition to miles of parks, a phenomenal community center, and pools. There's just so many great things that neighborhood has to offer.
So let's talk about your target market then. Who do you find is your typical target market for your homes?
We really build in, I'd say, 4 varied collections is what we offer. One collection that's been very popular right now is our cottage or villa collection. It's a single level of association maintained design, and they have a tendency to appeal to that empty nester. Those homes are priced probably from the $400 to about $450 or $550. We build those in Lakeville, as well as we'll have Enclave in Plymouth opening very soon. Another collection that's been popular is our cottage or village collection, which is fun 2 stories, 1,900 to 3,000 square feet. They seem to be appealing to that first-time buyer. They're priced in the 3s to 5s. We have 2 more, a Heritage Collection, which is a 2-story, more of a move-up product line, ranging again from 2,600 to 3,400 square feet, and those are priced in the 400 to upper 5s. We offer that product line basically throughout the Twin Cities. And then the Tradition Collection is our larger semi-custom homes that range from anywhere from 2,800 to 6,000 square feet. You'll find features like indoor sport courts, really deluxe baths, bonus rooms, some really nice features. And those homes start in the 500s and build over $1 million.
So the building industry had a big awards gala last month, and you came home with quite a few trophies. It was a successful run. Can you talk on that a little bit?
Sure. It was a record for us.
Wow.
And, from what we understand at the Builders Association of the Twin Cities, the Builders Association of the Twin Cities offers the Reggie Award, which is similar to maybe the movie Oscars. And Robert Thomas was fortunate to win 6 Reggie Awards out of 16 categories. So that was quite a big night for us and a lot of fun.
And then finally, what advice would you give to people who are looking to build a home right now?
Right now, it's an outstanding time to buy. Interest rates are incredibly low. And I think people are surprised when they find out how affordable homes can be. First, I usually tell people, do your research online. Do some research so you can find out what builders are in the areas that you're searching for. Get pre-qualified. We at Robert Thomas work with Tradition Mortgage. Tradition Mortgage offers a really great program for our customers and makes it very seamless. Then definitely visit the builders' communities and model homes. One thing Robert Thomas puts a huge focus on is not just the house. We take a lot of great pride in the homes that we build, but our huge emphasis is on designing communities that are focused on bringing the neighborhood together. So you'll see community centers and exercise rooms, party rooms, green spaces, parks, just really hockey rinks. You'll see all these really great spaces for people to spend time.
Sounds.
And then,
sorry about that. Keep going.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was going to say, and understand what the builder will include, what's included, and you want to make sure that many of those features are sustainable, that they'll last. Work with a company you trust, ask for references, and then enjoy the process. You're designing, so make sure that you enjoy it.
Can I ask you a quick question on the sustainable comment you made? How do you know what is sustainable or not as far as something that would last? What do you look for in that?
What we look for is a good product, for example, is the exterior siding of a home. In Minnesota, that's a very important aspect. So we use a product by the name of LP SmartSide. LP SmartSide is a Minnesota-made company, but it has a long warranty. In addition, we have a paint on the exterior that's factory finished, so our homeowners don't need to paint the home for at least 20 years or more. So for us, it's something that withstands hail, and so it's something that we don't want people to put, all of this investment into a home and then have to make changes or update it, shortly after moving in. So these are products that they know that they won't have to touch for hopefully 10 years or more.
So that's really incredible advice from Carol Griffith, who's the Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Robert Thomas Homes, part of Tradition Companies. Really wonderful outreach that your whole company has done for this tournament and youth sports across the metro area. Thank you for telling us a little bit more about Robert Thomas Homes, and hopefully people will start picking up the phone and calling. You can also be visited at robertthomashomes.com. Anything else you want to add for contact information, Carol?
No, I think visit our website and we'll take it from there.
Sounds good. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you.
Welcome you back now to the third period as we get ready to roll here from Braemar Arena. It's the Hornets and the Red Knights. Edina leading by a score of 4-1, Bart. Only 2 goals in the second period.
Yeah, in fact, Delaney opened the scoring shorthanded with his 5th of the year from Jungles at the 2:11 mark, and then it was Cooper Gay that answered back for Benilde St. Margaret's at the 4:11 mark. Shots on goal that period, 13 shots for Edina, 2-period total of 26. 6 shots for a 2-period total of 10 for Benilde St. Margaret's, but in the face-off dot, it was 11-11, so Benilde St. Margaret's is trending in the right direction, and they start with 1:24 on the power play with Ward Licky in the box for high sticking for Edina. A great opportunity to cut the lead
to 2.
What,
Bart? There were moments of the second period where the Red Knights were taking some chunks of time on the puck. They turn it over at the line there, and then the Hornets can do this, though. They can hurt you so bad in transition and shut you down at the line, and they play that one deep. Now 1:03 to go in the man advantage. Across the line they go. Edina Hornet Hockey presented by Tradition Companies. Check them out at traditionco.com. A great group of people there making a difference in the community and delivering high-end products. Traditionco.com. Mortensen across the line he goes to the left wing side. Hogue was looking at him. Now it's going to be Schweitzer with it from the corner. Oh, that one nearly deflected off Mortensen. That was closer than one would think. Now it's going to be handled by Marshall. Gets it back into the corner. Marshall, the freshman. Look at the confidence with him on the power play.
Still some wet spots on the ice as well down in the zone. That's right.
We'll work our way through that. It's on the opposite side of the camera, off those far boards, and it's really, what would you say, Bart, about 10 feet off the boards all the way down?
All the way down. It's a lot of shiny moments down there, but that should kind of cure itself, but it could come into play on this power play.
Puck was blocked there by Bishop as Mortensen tried to work on him. Hornets kill the penalty. Now the Red Knights are 0 for 5 with the man advantage. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at MN Hockey TV. Love to hear from you. In front, Mortensen, nice save, Hogue, as he kept the stick down on that one. He, of course, has Josh Harding, the former Wild goaltender, as his goalie coach, and Harding is now on the bench with the coaching staff of Kurt Giles. And
he's protecting everybody from Aaron pucks.
Well, with that glove save he made, it was excellent. He even brought the left hand into play, too.
Yeah, everybody else relaxed a little bit knowing Josh is there.
Warner out front. That misses the mark. It's going to be Jungles. Up ice to the right wing side. His brother Chase was a Red Knight on the state championship teams. Oh, they score! What a goal there! That's Shoemaker with the redirect, the tap in, and it's 5-1.
Well, one thing Edina's doing tonight is they're using the whole offensive zone. They're really spreading this Red Knight team out, creating some space. It was just a right side to the left side and then back to the middle, and it was Michael Shoemaker that just redirected and passed Limesand to boost the lead back up to 4. 14:47 left in this third period. Red Knights better get on their horse here pretty quick and get back into this contest, but Edina very fluid in their motion on that one, but a nice finish by Shoemaker. That's his first tally of the year, even strength goal.
Shout out to our guy, Matt Harrington, known as Matty Ice. He's doing our Twitter work for us, our social work here tonight.
Always appreciated.
Michael Shoemaker. That's how you grow the brand. Drop pass, 5-1 the score, Edina. Ooh, that one on its way in. Sprawling was Limesand. The Hornets now have the 4-goal lead. Their second of the game. They led it 4-0 and now here at 5-1. Williams at center ice was watched on the play by Geertsen, and it's going to be the Hornets' Vorlicke back over for Williams. Vorlicke gets it back, runs a little pick through the neutral zone. That play was made by Rugemer, giving him the space. Oh, look out, there's Chorsky, slot shot and a save. Nice job by Limesand to fight that one off.
Yeah, that was a good shot by Chorsky too, right where he wanted to do, but as you said, great save by Limesand.
Got open right in that slot area. Across the line, it's Williams down to the corner in front, poked out of there. And now it's going to be played by the Hornets behind the net. Warner. Worst, nice job through the phone booth. Worst controls. Looks from the top of the circle. Quick feet there. I wonder if he got those from his dad, Mike. Now it's going to be handled at center. Cut off along the way by Bishop. Back behind the net. Of course, Emmett Worth's dad, Mike, played at The Ohio State University and was a member of the Toronto Maple Leafs organization. So I say it in jest and a good friend. Loves to have the Arby's lunch with yours truly.
I bet it doesn't take much to talk you into that one.
Now it's going to be up to Borst. Try to get through center. Reiner steps in to help out. Feeds Worst. Nice job to protect and keep. Flips a pass through the slot area for Borst that misses the mark. And off the glass they go as the puck will trickle its way into Edina territory. We'll bring it back down into Red Knight turf for the face-off with 12:40 to go here in the third period.
Well, Edina working some fresh legs into the lineup tonight. That's the advantage of having a couple goal lead in the third period on your home rink. But Edina came out of this period with focus and energy. They're a man down, weathered that battle, and it seems like it's been all Edina at this point. And it's not the Red Knights doing anything wrong, but they're chasing the play and they're getting out of position just a little bit. But it's a very young team. This is a learning process. They're going to be better after this game than they were before. I'll guarantee you that, regardless of the outcome.
Up into the bench area. No, it stays in play. Bishop is there. And he'll regroup with it, hangs onto it. Rink wide he goes. Johnson ahead. Off the stick of Delaney. It's going to be Foley who takes it over. And handled off the boards by Messenberg. He's walked into the wall by Johnson. Slot. Oh, that one might have hit Hogue on its way in. Then the post, a wraparound attempt. They shoot. Oh, and Hogue sprawls forward to make that save. Mortensen is there. Let's take a look at that series on a replay, if you will.
Yeah, it's a good sequence by the Red Knights. They really had Hogue kind of a little bit vulnerable in that position, but that one, I think, he hit Hogue and went off the post or went out the outside part of the net, which you can see a vulnerable moment, but they're getting to the net. That's the important part. And Edina's going to take a penalty as well, and that's going to be Gunnar Johnson, the junior defenseman, for interference. But Red Knights have a great opportunity to at least cut this lead and build. You can only get it on one shot, one goal per shot, but it's time to get that goal and move forward from that point.
That was a nice battle there by Hogue. Battle save. They score! Off the draw. They fought their way through. That might have been Marshall getting a little bit of help with the big fella, Jonah Mortensen, a sophomore and a freshman, in on that goal for the young Red Knight team.
Yeah, and for Marshall, that's his first goal as a high schooler, I believe, but what a big goal it is for not only him, but for his team. They've been working awful hard. It's nice to get some reward on that. Now they're only 3 shots down, back to 5-on-5, but they have a little something to build on moving forward. Edina, a very good team at responding after getting scored on, but Benilde St. Margaret's, it's a good start. Now it's time to build on that. There's still 11:42 left to go, and they're just 3 good shots away from tying this thing up, but they still have to defend.
Played off the boards to the near side. Puck's poked up into the air. Gay was there, 5-2. Now back to a 5-goal margin rather, and offside on the play there was Brady Geertsen and the Red Knights.
Well, and it was Williams that stepped up and challenged Gay on that one, and he just held onto that puck, and his forward line mate snuck in just a foot over, so face off outside the zone.
So the actual assist on the second assist was Blake Messenberg and not Brady Yakish. So Bart, if you want to make a note on that, we got that from Craig Roberts, who was on it.
You know it's law then.
Absolutely. Off the boards, up to the line, Vorlicki. Nice job, redirect there. That one doesn't work its way through. 11 minutes now remaining in the third period. Vorlicki again wins the battle with the stick. Back in behind the net it goes. Foley gets underneath a check. Gay comes over to play his man. This has been a really good test for the Red Knight team, Bart. A nice battle. I mean, this is a long season for these teams. They have tons of practice. That's icing on the play. And what I've liked is they've had surges of really good moments where they're moving the puck, and they have a very speedy hockey club.
Yeah, in fact, and plus you can tell they have some hockey sense about them as well. And Coach Pauly, I'm sure, had a lot of questions coming in. I mean, Pete, if you look at their roster, they have 11 freshmen and sophomore, 3 seniors and 8 juniors rostered. And, there's probably questions coming in. Not all the questions are going to be answered, but he has a better idea of what that answer actually is moving forward. So the Red Knights, as I said, are going to be better after this game than they were going into it, just from the experience. Coming into Braemar Arena is not an easy thing to do for an experienced team, but to have an inexperienced team come in and have some semblance of success, you can certainly build on that moving forward. And they still have 10 minutes and 24 seconds left in this third period.
Down 3, things can happen, but you want to build on this. If you're the Red Knights, if you're the Hornets, you want to finish.
Well, and the Red Knights are getting better every period. The first period they struggled a little bit. Second period they got better, and they have a chance third period to even be better than the last period as well.
Bassan across the line was bumped. They'll play this up to Schweitzer, try to pull that one away from Colby. Oh, nice stick check there. Back up comes Bischel. Snapper, blocker pad save. Hogue makes a good one there. And off, side at the line. That was right into the turnbuckle. Sarsland from Shoemaker. Yeah, that's not an area you want to be hit.
No, and then young Chorsky comes in and settles things down a little bit. But yeah, that's not a great situation. But it's a game of emotion, game of pride, and I'm sure there's a little frustration going on. But I will say that every zone has been contested by both teams. I mean, Benilde trying to get out of their zone, it's a battle, and once they get to the neutral zone, the battle continues, and likewise the other way around. So it's been a very tightly contested game. Edina's just had a little more success on the score sheet.
Worst, the face-off win. Front of the bench area it goes. Kavanaugh got a stick on it, but it's the Red Knights who work it ahead into the neutral zone. They'll bump the boards here, back behind the net. It's going to be handled by Reiners. Outlets to the right wing. That misses the mark intended for Rugemer. Back in behind again. Messenberg takes the hit. Pinned up on the boards by Boltman. That allows Reiners to break out. Now it's Wurst across the line. Wurst cuts to the forehand. His shot deflects. He'll look to follow this up back in behind the net. Goes down on the play. And now it's going to be the Hornets cycling into the corner as it's Rugemer and Wurst working it. Rugemer looked back up for Wurst. And that misses the mark. Now it's Boltman to play this one back down the left wing wall. Boltman pokes at that one. And the Red Knights outlet across the boards. There's Marshall. Plays this one back in behind. Puck will be played up to the right wing side. Jammed on the play again was Rugemer. Red Knights take the turnover. Now it's going to be handled by Boltman. Back into center ice it goes. Schweitzer winds this one up. Lets it rip. Oh, a nice save made there. Turned aside by the goaltender. Hogue, watch this one, Bart.
Yeah, it was a big shot by Schweitzer, but I think it actually ramped up off the stick of the Edina defenseman, but it was still Hogue that had to make that save, so it changed direction just a little bit. But again, the Red Knights are putting a pretty good pushback in the last 3 or 4 minutes of this contest. They have to feel pretty good about that. Now they just have to punch one in.
It's been a theme of what we've seen here in this game. They've had surges, and right now the Hornets kind of back on their heels, where they're not having their way through center as they did before. But here's a nice rush. There's kind of what I'm talking about. Borst stopped on the play, but they'll keep it alive along the line. Borst now gets it to Nevers. Wrister, that's off the stick of Delaney. Back from the corner, up high to the point. Bishop with it. His wrister into Limesand. Nice save there by the sophomore goaltender to extend the right pad. Handling the puck now is Sarsland. Plays this one back into the Edina zone. Delaney quickly ahead to Nevers. Splits the defense. Puck trickles toward the goal mouth area. It's poked to safety by Yakish. Bishop winds. Oh! Glove save! My goodness.
Yeah, that was a big bomb by Bishop, and I think it was Borst that actually redirected it right in front of the goaltender, too. Great job of concentration and focus by the Benilde St. Margaret goaltender. Big shot right there, and I think it was just a late deflection, but right up into the glove. And then we had some conversation after that, some spirited conversation between the Hornets and the Red Knights.
You got to show a little flair for the fans on that glove save. A little Mike Palmatier for you old scholars.
Wow.
Snap it.
Former Leaf goaltender.
You got to snap it and show it to him.
Right on.
Yeah, the curly-haired Mike Palmatier. Bischel poke checked at the line. Now it's going to be Warner. And turned up ice, Malmquist. Nice pass there to an open area as it's Morton across the line. Feeds a pass to the middle and a score, but not the biscuit. Edina player rolls right into the net area there.
Yeah, I think he had a little assistance from Seamus Foley. The puck was coming in the area, and he just knocked him down. And I don't know if that's Jungles that was going in, but Jungles is no stranger to going to the net with some vigor. But pulled the net off to Moorings. Faceoff's going to be to Limesand's right.
Don't forget, if you're watching this one, coming up on tomorrow night, we're going to have girls hockey on mnhockey.tv. Eden Prairie and Benilde St. Margaret's girls. You can find that on the BSM page there under more on the website. All the team pages show up. Liam Malmquist is there, plays that one rink wide. Puck is deflected in on goal, stopped by Limesand. And then Saturday, we've got 3 tilts for you. We've got, well, actually 4 if you want to count it that way. A JV game. It's Grand Rapids and Benilde St. Margaret's. Then the varsity game immediately following. Those are at 12:30 and 2:30. Then it's Edina High School girls. They're going to be playing Hill Murray at 2:30 here from Braemar Arena. There's a chance, a stop, and save there by Hogue. Actually, that game's at 3. And then at 2:30, it's the Academy of Holy Angels in Bloomington Kennedy. So we'll have plenty of games for you to watch this upcoming weekend.
How about that?
We're not messing around here at the mnhockey.tv. You know, you and I have been doing this forever, as we say.
Yeah.
Started with My Fox Hockey's Game of the Week, and it's just kind of grown. And, you know, you can't say enough about how the technology has improved, and we try to stay ahead on it. There's a chance by Malmquist, the rebound in on goal, and that one stopped. And I'm really happy with the tools that we have to get this done. And being able to work with these schools the way we do to really create a brand and a product that's something we're all happy with.
Absolutely, and our sponsors like Tradition and Gemini making it possible, but you get all the positive feedback, and it humbles you a little bit, but all the kind words kind of is the fuel that stokes our engine a little bit, because people appreciate this level, and it's a great level. It's my personal favorite level, and I love to be out here watching high school hockey, because you always get a good, honest effort every game you watch.
Well, you know, the interesting thing is, Bart, is if you think back to this game 10 years ago even, the level of play that we see from all 4 lines that we see roll out here is incredible.
Well, technology,
I mean, it's so much better. Training,
and there's so
diet.
Much faster, too. It just seems like everything's so fast.
Bischel across the line, in on goal. And if you're not from Minnesota or in Minnesota or haven't been able to see it, the level of play here, it's something to see live. It's really that good.
Well, and I have a friend down in Joplin, Missouri. His name is Corey Stansel. If you're still with us, Corey, wanted to give him a flavor of what Minnesota high school hockey's about. He's very impressed. He actually wished they had something like that down in Missouri, but I'm sure there's 48 other states that would claim the same wish as well. Maybe Michigan, maybe New York might work into the conversation, but what we have here is pretty special, and it's just a pleasure to bring it into your device, into your home, wherever you choose to watch it, but we appreciate your support and being with us.
Face-off win. Handled by the Red Knights behind the net. Barr looks out front, and that's going to be Borst who comes away with it. He's got Delaney and Nevers. They go linear across the line. Very un-Hornet-like. Barr now with it.
True.
It's going to be Geertsen with it. In on goal. It's turned aside again by Hogue, the sophomore. Back up to the right wing side. Borst will play that ahead. Schweitzer content to play that right into the Red Knights student section, and out of play with 5:06 to go in the third.
Yeah.
It's 5-2.
Yeah, Edina's in pretty firm control right now, but Red Knights are showing a lot of life. If you're Coach Ken Pauley, and I can't speak for the coach, but you just want to finish very strong. You want this last 5 minutes and 6 seconds to be probably your best hockey of this game so far, and they certainly have the wherewithal to do it. But Edina's just going to keep coming in waves, but I like the fight in this Red Knight team.
There's a shot that's blocked by Vorlicki. Worst will send a pass toward the midsection. That's off Kavanaugh. Back on the stick of the Red Knights. Here's a quick shot. Oh, off the side of the goal there. That one taken by Marshall. Look out, they got numbers low. Sprawled was Hogue. Back up to the line. And Marshall could not corral that puck at the line. Next week, the defending champs make their debut on the MNHockey.tv as they'll travel to St. Louis Park to take on the O's. We'll have that one coming up for you next Thursday. And on goal, Hogue makes the save. And don't forget, on the 8th of December, we have Minnetonka and Duluth Marshall, again the defending champs. And we'll also have a girls game featuring Edina and Grand Rapids Greenway. That's our schedule for a kind of quiet week next week, Bart Archer.
What, only 12 games?
I got a couple nights off. Only 12. Love it. Puck is deflected. Back up into the neutral zone it goes. Good to see Ryan Lund is in the house here tonight, watching his hometown squad. Bischel, stick save up off the glass. Now it's going to be controlled by the Red Knights. Down the wall it goes. Back in behind Bischel. He finds his man Warnert. Bischel again. Down on the play. Red Knights want a penalty. They're not going to get it. Colby tried the swimming jump move. Didn't fool the defense there. 3:45 to go in the period. Johnson, ahead he goes to Chorsky. Off the boards, in deep and behind. They'll guide it along a little too far for Callahan. Chorsky. And now it's going to be controlled by the Red Knights. Geertsen pulls that away from Johnson. Nice stick there to swat that away. And Malmquist from the left wing side, stopped on the play with a nice stick. The Red Knights again. Geertsen gets a stick on it, no ice on the play. 3:14 to go in the period. Boltman off the end boards. Reiner's left wing side. Off the shins of Barr. That was sent through by Malmquist. It's going to be Schweitzer with a nice job as he tries to get away, though. A good stick by Morton to keep that one in play for the Hornets on the forecheck. Jungles slaps that off the boards. Back in behind it goes. It's going to be Yakish that's there. Spun off the puck is Schweitzer. Malmquist going to take a penalty late here in the game.
Well, whenever you take your hand on your stick when you're engaged with an opposing player, a lot of times the tendency is to grab onto them right in front of the referee. Make no mistake about it, but 2:46 left in this third period. Benilde Margaret gets a chance on the power play to cut the lead and at least kind of get back to the feel-good part of it. They've really been very effective the last about 8-9 minutes of this game, bottling Edina up, making him work, making him earn all the real estate. Now they get a chance on the power play. Timeout by one of the coaches, not sure which it was. Oh, it's Ken Pauley called a timeout just to regroup and get everybody focused and make that one final push.
You know, Nick Kennedy, my good friend, sent me a image of the screen he's rocking at home with YouTube on the smart TV.
Awesome.
Looks really good.
No, absolutely.
Very happy for him. So, yeah, you know what? I mean, are you going to score 3 goals against the Edina Hornets in the next couple of minutes? Well, I mean, you got a shot with a power play and some things can happen, but it's not really about that right now. I think this is more about Ken Pauley saying, okay, we got an opportunity here to do something quickly here and finish strong.
And that's exactly what I alluded to with about 5 minutes left in this period. You just want to finish playing your best hockey of this game. They've, as you said, Pete, they've had surges, they've had spurts of playing really effective hockey, but this Edina team is difficult to corral, especially when they get their momentum going about them in their game on point. But again, this final 2 minutes and 40-some seconds, the clock's running down. I don't know, they're going to have to reset it, but just make it a good, solid effort. Get some opportunities. Maybe you can punch one in and kind of go from there. But we've seen a lot of crazy things in our years, Pete. So 3 goals in 2 minutes, is a tall order, but not beyond the realm of possibility. But that's what they have to hang on to now. But just give a good, solid effort, play the best you can, and hope for the best. Edina's got a challenge in front of them.
Indeed, they do. Up out of the play it goes. Just reported from Chris Angel at Aldrich Arena. The Pioneers of Hill Murray come back and win by a score of 2-1 in overtime.
Now that Aldrich is a tough place to play.
Indeed.
And Hill Murray's always so well coached too that very difficult for the Blaze to come out successful, but they held lead for a while. But Hill Murray's got some moxie.
Tomorrow afternoon I'll be posting our 3rd installment of Paulie's podcast on the MNHockey.tv. I've got 5 of them that we're working right now.
Well, and you guys have such a great relationship. It's an entertaining listen, I will promise you that.
Be sure to check us out on iTunes, subscribe, as we'll cover all the angles of high school hockey with our various products, if you will. Back behind the net. I think what we're doing here, Bart, is we're doing more of a channel, less news.
Sure.
Now, this is more about the spoken and viewed word, if you will. 1:11 to go in the power play, 1:56 in the period. Red Knights control. Yakish back in behind the net. 2 Hornets now down low as they feed their man Nevers. He wisely finds an opening and sends it the length of the ice. 1:40 to go in period number 3. 52 to go in the man advantage. Nate Schweitzer now. Angles back in behind the net, protects the puck neatly. Had good speed on that entry. Plays it back into the corner. Red Knights look up high, keep it low instead. And now it's going to be handled by Bischel. Poked back to him. Sarsland was there. Bischel poked off his stick. 25 to go in the man advantage. 1:10 to go in the third. Sarsland across the line, and they're caught in just offside.
Well, a player I want to bring up is number 22 in the white, and that's Jed Jungles. He does everything for this team. He's a sound, responsible defensive player. They put him out on special teams. He kills penalties well. He's an offensive flair about it, but he's just one of those players that is going to look to as a primary role, primary contributor, and he hasn't let him down.
There it is, Pat Milan. 1 minute remaining in the third period here at Braemar Arena. Red Knights back up ice. They go across the line. Off the stick of Vorlicki. Bischel. Hornets kill the penalty. Protected by Bischel. Try to find his man in the low left dot area, and Bisson that fails the click. It's going to be back the other way with Malmquist. Loads it up and shoots. Save Limesand. Bounding puck back in behind the net. Big check thrown by Sarsland. They'll bump the boards. Hornets regroup in their own zone. Or in the offensive zone rather. And that was going to be Nevers, who goes down on the play. 12 to go in the period. At the line, Bishop tried to play this one to a far corner, did as he was going down. Red Knights to center with 3 to go. That's going to do it here for the period. And the Hornets will walk away with the home opener and a win by a score of 5-2. Barton, quite the entertaining hockey game here from Braemar Arena.
Yeah, indeed it was. And I think Edina, not much of a surprise. They have depth at the forward position. They have good quality defensemen. And I think Lawton Hogue had a good showing tonight. He wasn't challenged too terribly much, but rose to the occasion when called upon. But getting back to the youth of this Benilde St. Margaret team, I think they grew a little bit today. Obviously, they wanted to come out on the winning side of the ledger, but coming into Braemar Arena and having success is not an easy task. But I'm sure Coach Pauly has some things he wants to address, but I'm sure he feels pretty good about his team showing tonight. It wasn't lack of effort. They just got overwhelmed by little experience and early success, Edina on the score sheet.
And while they should feel good about both sides of the ledger, Hornets with a nice balanced depth win there by a score of 5-2. Goaltender Hogue played very well in his home debut, and the Hornets now improved to 2-0-1 on the season. The Red Knights, meanwhile, fall to 1-1. We'll have plenty of hockey tomorrow night. Red Knight girls hockey, Eden Prairie and Benilde St. Margaret's. And then on Saturday, as we mentioned again, we have all of those games lined up for you. All afternoon affairs, 12:30 JV, Red Knights in Grand Rapids and guys hockey. Then at 2:30, it'll be the Red Knights boys varsity and Grand Rapids. At 2:30, it'll be Academy of Holy Angels in Bloomington Kennedy. And then finally at 3 o'clock, the Edina girls and Bill Murray. We hope you have yourself a great rest of the evening. Be sure to check out Pauly's podcast, which we'll be posting a little bit later on tomorrow. We'll have one coming up with Tom Chorsky and myself, as we'll be covering all angles of hockey in our latest edition of Hawk Dish. And Bart Archer most likely will be joining us on that next one as well. Joey Henches, your producer. Todd Grover, your camera operator. And Bart Archer, the color commentator extraordinaire. I'm Pete Wagner. Thanks again to each and every one of you for joining us tonight. We're looking forward to having a really fun season with you. So long, everybody.